Well, hello there. Today I'll be talking about these shades here. These are basically some of my favorite shades in each color, as you can see. This video is in collaboration with Hersa from the Hersa Way. This whole collab was her idea. If you haven't heard of Hersa, then I totally recommend you to check her out. Not only is she the loveliest person, but she's super creative, her looks are stunning, her aesthetic is impeccable, and she always has such a passion for makeup. I could hear her talk about it all day because her excitement is just contagious. She always has the best recommendations, so I'm dying to see what she puts in her video. I'm going to link her channel down below so you can check it out. And now let's get into the swatches. Okay, starting with the white. This is Angels from Vanessa Myricks. It's very much the purest white that I have. It's basically like How Many Carats but eyeshadow form. It doesn't shift, it doesn't anything, it's just this beautiful topper, and I use it whenever I need a white because are you seeing this? This is so perfect, especially if you want like just an ethereal white all over. Also, you can just scatter it around and you can see it doesn't really have a base, so it's going to be like a lot of sparkles all over. It's such a beautiful and versatile shade, and you know I love versatility more than anything, so of course I had to put this one here. Sadly, this palette has been discontinued, but I'm pretty sure Skin of a Killer from Bella Beauty Bar might be similar, seeing how people describe it. Now moving on to blue. This was pretty difficult for me because I just love blue, but ultimately I think I'm really enjoying this one lately. This is Space Barbie Hollow from Touch of Glam, and it's just a beautiful iridescent with little sparks of hollow all throughout it. If you know the hollows from Touch of Glam, then you know they are so intense and beautiful when the sun hits. I just can't make them show up here because that blue is so overpowering. Are you seeing it? It's like, it's a blue but leaning periwinkle, and at the same time it's very electric. I don't know how to describe it, but I've just been obsessed with it. I just use it every time I can. Here I was trying to make them show up like the hollows, and you can see a little, but I don't think I did such a good job. But just trust me, there's some hollow in there, and it's very noticeable, especially when you're in the sun. But yeah, I've been enjoying this one on top of other bases because it changes the colors so beautifully. Again, the versatility is what I like about this one. Okay, now moving on to purple. For purple, I chose a very classic shade. This is Glam Rush from Shine by SD. For me, this is the shade that put Shine by SD on the map, because I saw this and I was just enamored by this shade. Like, do I need to say more? Are you seeing just how beautiful this tone of purple is? Admittedly, it's a bit more pink rather than purple, like the base is the purple one, but the shift is going to be a pink going to a peach, ending up in that beautiful aqua shade. When I saw it, I just knew I had to have it, and I've been so happy with it. It's not been that long since I've had it because I waited too long to get it, and by now many other brands have come out with a shade similar to this, but to me this one will always be the OG. It's so smooth, yet sparkly, and it's just beautiful. It's just my kind of shade. Okay, now moving on to the orange. This is Good Day from Glaminatrix. It's basically like a gray-based multi-chrome, but the top it's like this beautiful golden orange. Swatching it out, I know the base looks a bit purple, but I think that's because a little bit of Glam Rush was left on my finger. But this is a great way to illustrate why I like this one so much. You can change it depending on the base. You can see it looks so beautiful and fiery. It shifts a little bit from a gold to an orange. It's so beautiful. I was looking for the shade on the side after I filmed this, and I noticed that I can't find it, and I cannot believe that they would discontinue this shade. But if you want to recreate it, just put a gray base and put your favorite fiery iridescent on top of it. I'm sure you'll get a very similar effect. Remember that these shades are meant to be put on the eyes, not just to be sitting on a pen. And yes, I have to remind myself this all the time because I do fall for this all the freaking time. Moving on to the gray. For this one, I took it as my mission to look for a silver that I liked. And I landed on Ebonac from Pretties for Your Face. This is just a very basic shade. It's not super metallic, not super sparkly. It's actually kind of sheer, and that's what I like about it. Because you can see the base is enough to make it pop, but not enough to make it too extreme. Also, it has this very low-key warmness to it. I don't think it's that noticeable, but you can see it's not like so cool toned, and I like that because I have a warm undertone, and silvers just look too striking on me, which, you know, sometimes I want that effect, but lately not so much. Lately, this is more what I've been craving. Maybe tomorrow I'll change my mind about it. Okay, now moving on to green. This was pretty hard because I love green, but I decided to go with Asteria from Divina Cosmetics because this is such a classic. I think this was one of my very first multi-chromes because they were so cheap in comparison to all the other like $17 multi-chromes. These were just like 8, I think, and they're so pretty and dimensional. You can see that green is very noticeable, goes to pink, and with the brown base it just creates so much dimension. It's so beautiful. I couldn't believe that a shade like this could exist, and even now I love the tone of this one. I don't have any other multi-chrome with this tone of green that goes to pink. It's such an amazing shade. You can just put it all over the lid and it creates a beautiful effect, like you put a lot of thought into it while it's just a one and done. I don't know if multi-chromes are shading here, but I do not have that many shades that are one flat color, so I hope this is good. For the yellow, I had to pick my favorite gold, and that is Celesta from Divina, also from that collection. I don't even remember, I think it was something like Galaxy Exploders, something like that. It was so long ago, but this is such a beautiful shade. This is a gold that goes to aqua, and it contrasts with that beautiful maroon shade. It's such a classic. Again, one of those that you could use as a one and done, and it looks like you put a lot of effort when it's just the shade doing all the work. All that collection is like this, just multi-chromes on top of that maroon base. And for the time, these were so absolutely mind-blowing for me. And I mean, so many years later, it's still one of my favorite golds in my whole collection. Now this is where it got pretty hard for me because it's brown and I do not have anything brown that is shimmers. So I had to settle for this bronzy shade, which is Lion from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. As you can see, it's this beautiful bronzy gold. The base is this beautiful brown shade that gives it a lot of dimension. It's super smooth and metallic. I just cannot say enough good things about Glaminatrix. It's one of my favorite brands because their quality is amazing and they have lots of cool multi-chromes. I just wish they wouldn't discontinue them, especially my favorites. Okay, now moving on to red. I've been on kind of a hunt for a perfect red, and I don't think I've gotten there yet, but so far my favorite has been this one. This is Roses Are Dead. It's from Touch of Glam. And this I like because it's very smooth, very reflective. It has a lot of dimension to it because the base is a little darker than the sparkle. And it's a beautiful shade of red. It's not too cool leaning nor too warm leaning. It's right in the middle. Maybe once I try enough reds, I can come back and let you know if I still like this one as much. But for now, in my limited collection, this is the best that I've tried so far. Now moving on to another hard one for me, black. I do not have a shimmery black, and I was really thinking of just including a black base multi-chrome in here because I have many of those, but I decided to go with this one. This is Slade by Sydney Grace. This is basically a charcoal. You can see it looks a little blue in the pan, but once you put it on the eye, the black base really shines through. No, this is not sparkly, this is a satin formula. It's way smoother. And I used to not like satins, but lately what I've been doing is just taking a brush and blending them out so it acts kind of like a more interesting version of a matte. You can see even with my finger, it's not patchy or anything. It's just distributes very beautifully all across. And if I can do that with my finger, you can only imagine what you can do with a brush on your eye. And yeah, that's basically how I've been using these. You can either use this just to add dimension or to add other shimmers on top of it, so it's versatile. I have to admit, this is not the rainbow that I had in mind when Hersa suggested this collab. However, this is more like me, you know, it's like my taste these days. A little bit of sparkliness, a lot of shiftiness, and versatility above everything. Have you ever done an exercise like this where you just pick one shade of each color? I think it's a very fun way to explore your collection and see your preferences. Hope you give it a try. And that'll be all for me for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Do remember to check out Hersa's video, and I'll try to not disappear for another month.